tidy. Series 8, no, 6 with the front, with a new front, but very tidy car. Love the Series 8 front.
As we see the Odyssey of Jay
Christmas time is here early. Early Christmas day. I love new slick day. So good. New slick day. Just new slicks. Ah, so good. So good. Such a big day in any race person's life is just new slicks. It's only the second time I've ever had new slicks, so a little bit excited. The other thing is, Brent, the wiring guru, has sussed out the loom. So yeah, gonna start wrapping the, I got some self-closing, what's it called? Self-closing braided wrap. I do have the expandable stuff, but was talking to Brent about it, and he basically said it takes like 3 times as long. It's a pain in the ass, and then if you want to do any diagnosis later on, you have to cut into it or pull it off or whatever you need to do, and then it's shit like to put new stuff back on and all that sort of stuff. So he recommended the self-closing stuff, and then you can just wind it up nice and tidily, a couple of zip ties and at the splices and all that sort of thing. So gonna give that a whirl, at least down by the link and all that sort of stuff at the actual at the ECU end in the big part, which is inside the car, and see how that goes, and go from there pretty much. So yeah, here we go. Well. Big box ticked. wiring is all, well, the loom is all made up and in the general spot that it's going to go. The stuff over to the dash, a few little tidy up bits and pieces in here, and with P-clips and things along those lines, and running main power feeds in and out to starters. Still got to mount the battery in here somewhere, but generally it's getting close. Brent did an awesome job, and then that's coming out through the grommet, and yeah, so getting there now. I think I might have, rookie mistake, cut the injector wires slightly too short now that it comes out of the grommet in bits and pieces and turns, so they might be a little bit short. But what I was thinking was, it's actually probably not a bad thing, considering this is going to have a big airbox on it and all that sort of thing. So I wouldn't mind actually having a plug here. So if you need to take the throttle body off, you might be able to do it with all the airbox and injectors and everything on and plugged in, maybe. I'm pretty much just justifying it now. But apart from that, everything else seems pretty bloody good. Pretty bloody good. Chuffed. Pretty happy with how it came out. I used this self-closing braided wrap, and that was really easy to use, really easy. So highly recommend that. Much easier than just the standard expandable stuff, which is this, because it frays so fast. As soon as you start expanding it, it frays. So you've got to almost stretch it out and tape it up, or stretch it out and stop it from fraying somehow, whether you melt it or whatever. I did get a hot knife specifically for this job, but the plug wasn't very helpful for here in New Zealand. So I thought, you know what, by the time I buy an adapter or muck around getting it working and all that sort of thing, I'll just get the expandable stuff. And it's really easy to split the loom, so you can have one or two wires coming out really easily and really tidily. You don't have to heat shrink and then heat shrink the big piece, heat shrink the small piece, and da 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 da. So much less admin, and it's still tidy. I mean, it's not show car stuff, but it's definitely tidy. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. But yeah, still lots to go. G'day guys. So pretty much tonight have been doing a fuel line mission. So long story short, I shortened and re-flared the tank end of the hard lines and have got the hard lines in. So they are snuck down there. I've just got to mount that end. Haven't mounted the end properly yet. They run under the car. As you probably would have seen me with the video earlier, they're nicely tucked up under there. Lots of interesting words, shall we say. Lots of interesting words said whilst just having short arms, or arms that are, you know, or another pair of hands would have been lovely. Just getting the initial lines bolted up under the body was a bit of a pain in the ass. So some interesting words went on there, but hey, we got there. And then at this end, a little bit more to do. Just got to finalize some bits and pieces, but the bird nest has started or nearly finished. Going to shorten a few lines and bits and pieces like that, but hard lines come up here. Going to mount them a bit nicer with some rubber and things along those lines just to support them. And then into the pump, etc, etc. It obviously gets all confusing when you're trying to explain it all, but I'm going to shorten the return, which is that black line, so that's more along those lines. Maybe put a 45 in it or something along those lines. And then the line from the bottom of the tank through the filter into the lift pump hangs down quite low, as you can see. So I'll tuck that up and, I don't know, make a little mount off here or something along those lines. Anyway, tidy that up. Check that on before I forget. And yeah, but apart from that, fuel lines are pretty much done, which is cool. Last few tweaks and bits and pieces. Got to go through all the these brackets. Got to go through all these brackets and probably just put a little bit of rubber or I don't know, something along those lines. Let me know what you guys use if you've got any tricks. So that's a hard line, 1/2 inch hard line with -6 braided line clamps on them, and they're close, but they're not. They're close, but they slide. That's right on a bend, so it doesn't, which is quite good. But yeah, so getting there, gonna chuck this breather in that tank, in there, nice and tidy, and nice and low profile. And that is a one-way breather, so that's all good. What else? Oh, this is getting covered up. That's that pretty much sorted. Now that I've got these done, I can suss out where the filler neck is going to sit. So that's the next job. And what I'm thinking is something along those lines. I'm just going to go straight through there-ish. And just cut a big section out of that chassis rail, and then basically flip it, almost C-notch it. I might get rid of that cut off earth that I've just noticed as well. So, and then hopefully into this gap here. Yeah, fingers crossed. Obviously there's got to be a bit of fall, so the other option is just going down like that and dropping it into that front corner, which will probably be alright, to be fair. It's going to be sealed. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But getting there. Back from the week off in Melbourne, which was wicked. LZ tour, as you would have seen already, was awesome. Definitely going to go back. Definitely want to make a proper trip of it. And I'm sure, not that it was unorganised at all, but you know, the inaugural one is always a bit touch and go with little things, you know. There was nothing to complain about for the tour at all. The weather was shit on the Sunday, and I didn't go on the Saturday. So definitely keen to get a couple of the lads together, make a mission of it, and go over there and yeah, make a weekend of it. So we'll definitely be back. But yeah, so that's the update. Getting there now. Now that I've got the fuel lines mounted up down there, I can start figuring out how I'm going to do these. More than likely going to do that and loop back and run them down the firewall and down there. and then it gives me more room here to run the airbox up and over the top of the rails. I wish you didn't have to run air filters. It'd make life a shitload easier. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll make the November round. However, I will be going to the November round. We've booked accommodation and stuff in Taupo, so it's on the Sunday. So hopefully cruise through on the Saturday, have a few beers and bits and pieces in Taupo, get the family out of town for a weekend, go watch some race cars, and have a good time. But yeah, so thanks for watching. All going to plan. I'll have it running before then. Fingers crossed. So at least it's nice and close. And then there is another round, December or January, I think. I think it's back at Hamptons, which is cool. I've never raced there, never driven there, so that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, so cheers for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, as always. And appreciate you sharing it around and following as well. So cheers, guys. Have a good one. Thought I'd just chuck up a few photos of Melbourne in the car and just say thanks a lot for coming along, having a look, watching the videos, liking, commenting and subscribing, all going to plan. And if you can share the channel around, then anything along those lines is hugely appreciated. The Melbourne trip was awesome. The LZ World Tour was absolutely epic, and very cool to see an event being held at Calder Park, which was meant to be permanently closed. So like, comment and subscribe, share the channel around. Cheers guys, see you on the next one.